Welcome to the Holy Crit Show, the best podcast in the universe. So, kita patah balik ke part 2 yang L kena scam. So, L, alamak, salah. So, L, yang kena bila part yang, okay, tadi kita end, kita dah pergi rumah dia, I dah gegar rumah dia, I dah ketuk-ketuk pintu dia, dah macam nak rak, dah macam nak pecah, I dah tengok muka you. Muka you very calm, cool, collected, which is I'm surprised, which kalau kena orang lain, I don't think they will be like that. So, how do you feel right after that?
Right after dah pergi rumah dia I feel macam dalam otak ni, mana aku nak tinggal. Do I have to tell them yang, nak cakap tak yang pasal the place before yang 20th tu I duduk mana?
Boleh.
Okay, so I actually rented a place through Agoda, this specific place lah, tempat ni. And then my only thoughts at that point of time is aku nak kena extend aku punya stay. Okay, so masa yang 12 hari bulan tu sampai 20th yang supposedly nak masuk rumah baru tu, I book a place to stay in the meantime. So my thoughts was, okay, aku nak kena extend aku punya stay dekat tempat ni. So aku boleh macam in the meantime I can rush HDB to expedite my application. They send that lah kan, at least budak-budak nak pergi sekolah pun senang. And then main thing is ada tempat tinggal lah dalam masa tu. So that was the main thing that's on my mind lah. Macam kira at that point of time dah terima kenyataan, dah reda, dah pasrah yang kena scam 5,000 tu is gone just like that lah. Okay, so and then Zul was the one yang macam I think dia dah bingit gila. He was really angry. Tangan dia dah menggigil So I told him, okay, we sit down first. Then after that sampai bawah, I thought macam, okay, need to do police report lah. I don't know how much of it will help by doing the police report, but I thought macam memang perlulah nak buat this police report lah kan. So we duduk kat bawah sekejap and then he made a phone call. You call siapa? I tanya you pula
I do my due diligence to call apa tu Cantonment.
Okay.
Tetapi a specific department which is CAD, okay, which is the Criminal Affairs Department. The reason why I call CAD direct because it's a scam. Okay, it's a major scam lah. It's a major scam. So pasal kalau dia dah buat L satu orang, mesti dia ada buat ramai orang lagi. That's the reason why aku terus call CAD. CAD cakap, do you have all the names, the tenant agreement, etc. I said, yes, we do have that. You have the IC and stuff like that. So bila aku dah call, terus aku bilang L, what did I tell you specifically, L?
Pergi report polis lah.
Okay. But are you reluctant to do it when I ask you to report police?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, she wasn't like ready to, but I think in her mind was, I need to find a place.
Yeah.
I need to find a place.
Lagipun masa tu dah pukul 12 plus
Yep, correct.
It was around 12 plus today. Then I fikir 1:30, I thought it could like macam it could take some time dekat dekat police station nak ambil apa tu dia punya statement. Statement dia send that, it could take some time lah. Habis pukul my eldest daughter tu dah habis sekolah 1:30. So I thought nanti macam rushing lah kan kalau tengah ambil statement ke apa this and that. So Zul cakap never mind, he can go and fetch my daughter this and that sebab it's just around here lah, dekat aja. So macam I just book the Grab, then we go over to the police station. Sampai sana ada orang. So macam dah agak berdiri dah lama. Kita duduk dalam 15 minutes Lepas tu baru dia cakap, okay, kalau if you want you can go over to the machine and do your own punya apa dia panggil, report.
Yep.
Kan. So we went to the machine. Report this and that. Lepas tu dia only can you can only scan, kalau you have the papers, you can scan the whatever documents that you have, this and that lah. Apa tu, kalau nak upload benda pun tak boleh more than berapa MB
10 MB ke apa, something like that.
Kita we were sitting there tengah type for a good like 15 minutes, this and that. So macam tak boleh scan barang sih. Kita tak ada, we don't have the paper, because I do have a lot of the papers, macam my conversation with the person, apa tu dia punya IC, apa semua kan, macam A to Z lah. Because the good thing is, I rasa dia tak delete message.
Yes, correct.
She didn't delete any of the messages correct. From the beginning. So macam I feel that it's a good evidence lah. Kalau in the event that kalau dia delete, habis macam mana kan? So I don't have the proof lah. So he didn't delete anything. Okay. And then we went to the police station. So macam kita dah give up, macam tak ada benda nak scan kan. So kita balik and then we do our report online. So after that, diorang berapa jam like that, diorang cakap okay, dah ada IO assigned to my case, this and that. That aside, I told my agent. I cakap dengan my agent that I made the report already lah. And then when I was on the way back, he forwarded me a voice note. Okay. So apparently,
the voice note, which I'm gonna upload on this YouTube channel as well, Holy Creed YouTube channel. I'm gonna upload everything. The reason being why? Because I don't want anybody else to fall in this scam. Okay. So, my agent, dia cakap, he reached out to the real Gerald Tan. Dia reach out to the real Gerald Tan tadi. And then this Gerald Tan send a voice note to him. Gerald Tan yang betul ni cakap, dia dah kena ni benda 6-7 kali. Guys, dia dah kena the same person, Gerald Tan, the agent, dia dah kena 6 ke 7 kali by people mimicking him, impersonate him, just to do this scam.
Yeah. So he told me that it's a case of impersonation lah, kira macam orang jadi dia lah gitu. So dah 6-7 orang kena. Then I told my agent lah, I made the police report already. So masa yang this inside the recording tu, dia cakap dia dah report kat polis. Polis pun tak buat apa-apa. They haven't take any actions on the cases yet.
Sekejap Police. Just wanted to tell you, when will you take action of this small scam? We reported at Hougang NPC while using our self-help kiosk. Okay, it doesn't freaking work. We have to save it in draft and go home and do our own. Never mind, it's okay. Still, we have computers, we have laptop, we have desktop at home. We still can do that. And I want Elle to continue and talk this because I'm getting angry.
Okay, so mana Oh, should I tell them how the transaction happened?
Tell every fucking thing.
So korang tahu macam at first I didn't know that this property agent scam is around until I terkena sendiri. I didn't macam, for me my thoughts is like, okay, agent ni legit. Cakap, it macam scam kira macam tak exist lah in the property agent punya world or this and that. Tapi bila terkena kan macam like, okay, benda ni ada sih. So dia punya thing went smooth lah, of course akan smooth. So bila part nak transfer duit tu, it wasn't for transfer to macam UOB, OCBC, DBS. It was it an overseas account? Nama dia Wise.
Okay, aku pernah kena ni Wise punya scam juga. through Carousell untuk beli software bodoh. Okay, aku pernah kena. But it's only like $30. Tapi aku gegar ni budak sampai dia kasih aku duit extra. It's on the same account called Wise. WISE. Just a fucking reminder to all of you, kalau orang scam nak hantar so transfer duit, make sure it's a legit phone number or UEN number. Do not transfer just Wise because it's an international scam account. WISE. Wak ingat siapa engkau? WISE.
Okay, so macam that was the first time I heard of that bank account lah. Macam I didn't tell Zul anything much masa nak transaction tu apa. Cuma I was asking him like 2.6 is it okay or not. Then he said, are you okay tak? Kalau you okay then you okay lah, go ahead lah kan. Important is budak-budak ada tempat tinggal lah. Tu je. So after that, orang tu senyap, orang tu lesap, this and that. So right now, I'm still waiting for the IO to get back to me. I think it's been like a week plus Dah 1 week, I think 10 days or something after what happened. So yeah, korang baik-baik lah. Yeah.
So the IO of this scam report of L, I don't want to give a call. I want to see what is the impending investigation that they are doing. It's either police investigation is fucking slow, or they say that it's fucking small amount. We are not $1 billion. If it's $1 billion, then I think police force will do something about it. Brother and sister of the police force. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm asking. Small amount. We have 6 million people in Singapore. If everyone is cheated $1, it will become $6 million. If everyone in Singapore the scammers cheat $1. Just because it's $1, you don't want to do anything about it. It's a scam. Okay? At least give a courtesy call. Hello, Miss L. Yes, we are still investigating. There's no call. Been 1 week already. It's been a week. If police force is saying this, I'm saying this as a concerned citizen as well, because if she can be scammed at a very young age, what about the old auntie and uncles and the makcik and the pakcik? Okay, so L, after you make the report, after you know that you are being scammed, what is your next move after that?
Yang pasal stay nak cakap ke berapa?
Cakap je.
Okay, so like I said just now, right? While waiting for yang rumah nak masuk tu on the 20th, I rented a place lah. At this place. That one, dia punya, yang I book through Agoda ke booking.com. That 9 days of stay is already 3.8k for 9 hari. Okay. And then my thoughts is cakap, aku nak kena extend tempat ni. Sebab I've already dah tinggal kat sini. Technically dah tinggal kat sini. Dah ada tempat untuk tinggal apa. So my only, macam for me, the only way out is for me to extend my stay here. Because memang dah ada confirm ada tempat tinggal apa. Even if I have to go out, nak cari tempat sewa lain pun macam mana. Before this also, it's been months that I cari tempat also memang tak dapat apa. So the only way for me is to extend my stay here for now is like a month lah. For now a month. And then so I went to management office, this and that. Diorang cakap diorang boleh kasih discount. Kalau tak ada discount, kalau if I say I were to do the booking back through the punya app or the punya website yang booking Agoda tu, it will be 10k plus for 1 month. So then I told the punya management, then management cakap diorang boleh kasih discount lah for corporate plans and this and that. So 1 bulan 8,000 lebih.
So the place where she is staying is actually 8,000. So total damage inclusive of the scam, it's 13,000, nearly 14,000. Nearly 14,000 for like a month plus. So just imagine guys, if it's your auntie, if it's your uncle, yang kena ni macam scam guys. Aku tak tahu macam mana korang sebagai anak yang kena anak ataupun laki ataupun isteri ataupun apa yang kena macam ini just imagine kalau korang tak ada duit. Just fucking imagine that. Korang nak tinggal mana sial dengan anak korang, dengan bapa korang, dengan mak korang. So it's a lesson well served. Remember, I got an advice from aku punya agent rumah. Apa yang dia cakap? Faizal cakap, you boleh share dengan orang.
Apa?
Kalau TA.
I lupa sih.
Okay. Kalau tenant agreement, if your fucking agent is not there to sign, do not fucking sign it and say return back the PDF or whatsoever. You want to continue?
Okay, the thing is kan, I lupa nak cakap. Masa yang we supposed to be going for the viewing, he at first this Gerald Tan yang impersonator ni, dia cakap he won't be around, his colleague will be around. Okay? And then after that, bila kita sampai sana, dia cakap you can just go up to the unit. So we went up, just me and Zul, kita went up without the punya colleague or whoever. So it was just the two of us. Like I said, this was the first time that I wanted to rent a place. So I didn't know how it works. Macam I didn't know that there should be an agent around, this and that lah. So kita macam technically kita belum sotong lah. Kita tak tahu apa kita. So we just went with the flow. So bila masa Zul punya agent cakap, only then I know okay, bila kau nak sign this thing, it has to be macam kau kena face to face lah. Not just because everything was based on kira macam daripada kat WhatsApp aja, tak ada jumpa face to face, tak ada jumpa personally, this and that. So everything was through WhatsApp. Dia punya contract that dia kasih semua through WhatsApp. So you sign also everything was through WhatsApp lah, online. So yeah, so kalau korang nak buat this kind of benda semua, kena jumpa korang yang agent. Don't just ni orang ambil kesempatan di atas kesempitan.
So for me is kalau orang nak sewa ataupun nak beli, jangan I cannot come, but you go to the tenant. The tenant is okay. Aku rasa the tenant that is living there, dia Indian Muslim Indian Muslim family. Aku rasa they are in the scam as well. Dia laki bini dengan anak 3 orang. Aku rasa tu bukan rumah dorang. I don't think it's their house. This is a case of apa tau, fraud macam mana tau, scam macam mana tau. Dorang dah hutang tailong, dorang tak ada duit, they have to do this. Kalau nanti aku upload the pictures yang IC dengan dia punya address many, IC number lain guys, aku akan tunjuk. Aku tak peduli doxing ke, defamation ke, apa ke, aku tak peduli. Aku tak nak korang kena. Aku tak nak korang kena ni scam. So aku harap aku upload ni video kat YouTube, korang share as much as possible dengan orang-orang lain supaya orang-orang lain, korang punya saudara mara semua tak kena ni scam. Sekarang dah kena pada batang hidung sendiri Aku rasa macam sial lah Pukimek. Aku bingit tau. Seriously, aku bingit. How about you, El? How do you feel?
How I feel? Tak ada bingit, tak ada apa, macam okay, fine. I know I get scam already. There's nothing I can do about it. Just moving forward je lah.
Okay.
Tu je.
Okay. Is there any takeaway that you want to tell the viewers?
This thing is happening benda ni is happening and it's memang ada. So korang please be alert, even if it's macam how you think, how you feel is property agent is legit here and there ke apa, korang do your research first. Whatever that korang boleh macam cari dekat dia punya website, whether this agent is a real agent ke, number dia whether is registered under dorang punya Propnex or not. Korang do your research first and then baru korang go and nak rent ke nak beli ke apa, just go through the right channel lah. Macam tak boleh percaya orang-orang ini because I was at that point of time kira macam dah desperate. It was only a few days left that I have literally no place to stay kan. So kira macam dah desperate measure lah.
Correct.
Macam tak fikir banyak. Macam the thing is I just want my budak-budak, my anak-anak ada tempat tinggal kan. Tu je yang fikir. So macam bila ada that opportunity I just grab it. And so I don't want macam mana tahu, because my mum is, I'm very close to my mum. So I tak nak my mum risau pasal me and the kids. So macam I told her lah, okay dah ada tempat ni, then okay lah go. Dia cakap the thing is my mum already had a feeling that it's a scam.
So her mum has a gut feeling actually.
Yeah.
Mama rasa macam tak sedap hati. Itu yang
Mama
exactly.
cakap, Mama kata, betul lah dek, ni tak tipu. She thought that the place that I'm staying at right now, this place is a scam. So dia macam ada hits and miss, tapi dia punya idea of me getting scam is there already. So it's just naluri seorang mak
Yalah. Okay. Guys, I'd like to say thank you to El untuk kongsi ni benda. Masya Allah. I rasa, you know, the next time around, if you are doing this, right, kasih I handle lah agent rumah.
Yeah, but thank you to actually your agent also. He did help a lot also in the process. Macam dia nak carikan tempat, this and that. Habis macam with helping in the macam dia punya scam thing also, he did help a lot. So thank you to your agent also.
Faizal Kasmin, thank you so much for helping us as well, Faizal Kasmin. InsyaAllah kita akan jumpa lagi, and thank you so much El for
welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
So thank you so much. Aku harap korang enjoy ni episode. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, like, comment, share, subscribe. Taruh dekat dalam favourite, taruh dalam kocek. Important korang nak kena subscribe Holy Creed Show dengan Zul Awab 69. Okay, I see you guys on the next episode. Assalamualaikum. The Holy Creed Show, the best podcast in the universe. Ciao.